Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Journey of an Average Gamer, Call of Duty Cold War. Yes, we are doing the side mission Operation Chaos. But before we get into Operation Chaos, I'm gonna show you how to decrypt the floppy drive. Now, in order for us to do this, we first need, a couple of pieces of evidence. So first, we're gonna have to get in the very beginning the codex, which is nowhere left to run, and we're going to actually get that when we choose not to kill the guy in the beginning and throw him off the roof. We're going to make sure we save him, and then you should get that automatically in the beginning. The next is going to be the Observer newspaper. We're going to get that in the mission red light, green light, and we're also going to get the number station numbers from the mission brick in the wall. Now, if you're wondering where you're going to get these from, they can be slightly randomized within the game. But if you do want to see where I got them from, go back into those missions in my walkthrough, and you'll see where I picked those up. Other than that, let's get into deciphering this floppy disk.
We discovered Kasim carrying this coded message. We believe it's intended for the US spy ring, but no one's been able to decrypt it yet. Show him how it's done.
All right, guys. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting the code and the passphrase. So there's a two-parter, and the number station is going to be our in-the-middle guide that helps us understand what's what. So I'm kind of doing this in reverse order. So we're going to get the passphrase first. So when you look at this coded message that you get from the guy from Nowhere to Run, and you get that code phrase, forget about everything that you see and only pay attention to two sets of numbers. That's going to be the red numbers and the blue numbers. So the blue numbers are you're going to get them by observing the pattern of how they basically align in order for you to understand what that question mark blue number is. And basically the red numbers are basically going to increase by a set amount. So first and foremost, let's take a look at the one that I have here. And bear in mind that this is going to look exactly the same for me, but different for you. So this is very randomized. So just understand how I actually got this information. So looking at the set of blue numbers, the first number we have is 7. The next is going to be 15. The next is going to be 21. The next is going to be a question mark, and then 27. So if we look at it, 7 to 15 is plus 8. And then from 15 to 21 is plus 6. And then if we continue to follow that pattern of plus 8, then plus 6, then the next one is going to be plus 4. So when you add 21 to 4, you get 25. And then if you diminish that number again to 2, 25 plus 2 equals 27. So by increasing the intervals by diminishing by 2, starting from 8 down to 2, we know that that missing blue number is going to be 25. Now, when it comes to red, I actually had to do this in reverse order because it's hard to see the pattern when the second one is the question mark. So what I did was I started with 93, and then 93 to 88 is minus 5. From 88 to 83 is minus 5. And so again, if we follow that pattern again, if we subtract another 5, we're going to get 78 for the question mark, and then when we look at the last digit, 73, we're going to get that when we minus 5. So going from 73 from left to right is plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. And that's how you check to see whether or not you got the correct answer. So for this passphrase, we've already did the math to find out what numbers we have. And the numbers we're going to have is going to be 78, 25. So the red number comes first, and then the blue number comes second, 78, 25.
You did good finding this reel in East Berlin. It looks like a number station broadcast intended for the spy ring. Give it a listen. See if anything clicks.
Alrighty, so now we're at the number station broadcast, and this is going to be our go-to to use as a decipher for the code and the passphrase. But we already know that first and foremost, we're going for the passphrase, which is going to be with that coded number. So we already ascertained that the number that we're going to have is 7825, which is going to be the red and the blue numbers. So when we look on these number stations broadcasts, which one of these up here has the 7825. Now, again, your game is going to look different than my game, which you see right here. So, according to what I have, my passphrase 7825 is going to be Las Vegas. So, Las Vegas is going to be my passphrase.
Sometimes the Reds hide coded messages in plain sight. If I know one thing about you, it's your ability to crack just about anything known to man. Well, how about it then?
So now that we have our passphrase, the last thing we're going to need to do is get our code. So the code is actually going to be on the Nationwide Observer magazine, and we're going to be taking the red letters and we're going to be writing them down. So for my page, which is going to look different than yours, I have an R, an A, an E, an L, an I, a G, and an H. So I'm going to write down each one of those letters, and I'm going to use that to decipher what my code is when I go back to the numbers broadcast. Alrighty, so now we're back to our numbers broadcast station, and we're going to take the letters that we took from the Observer. We're going to rearrange them to get whatever city that we're looking for, and that's going to let us know what the code is. So based on U.S. history, really, really easy for me, based on the letters that we've got in the Observer, clearly the city is going to be Raleigh, North Carolina. So if we look at Raleigh, North Carolina in the number station broadcast, the number next to Raleigh is going to be 7289. So now we know that our code is 7289. So we're going to actually now take it to the floppy drive, and we're going to insert the code of 7289, and then we're going to type in the passphrase Las Vegas in order to decrypt the floppy drive that we got from the KGB.
Hell yeah, that's it. You did it, Bell. Now that we got what we need, we can safely move on Aldrich.
Alrighty, now that you got everything decrypted, enjoy Operation Chaos.